I've been looking what other people criticize Discogs for, and one of the things I do not agree with is the search. Many people think the Discogs search is broken, that it's poor, and that it's not working. But the search function on Discogs is actually one of the best features in the site. Now, I'm a web developer, so I know a little bit about search, and maybe that is why I can always find the records I'm looking for. So this will be more of a guide on how you actually find things on Discogs. There are primarily three types of search engines you can use. On my site, I use something called String. If I'm gonna find an artist called Ebba Grön, I could write the full name. I can just write this and it will take me directly to that artist unless there is, and right now my site isn't working so I can't show you because I have exceeded the memory. Discogs uses word search. For example, if you want to search for the Beatles, you write the Beatles and they will pretty much show up on the top. If you misspell them, like Beatles, okay, in this example they probably added something to the search engine to make it show, but if you write two A's, you will not find them unless it's a Russian pressing. Now, if you misspell on Discogs, you will not find anything, and it's important to understand what you're actually searching for. Now, the Discogs search function, they will search for pretty much everything of the things you can see on this page, except when it comes down to companies, credits and notes. I usually select one part of the band name and one part of the record I'm looking for. So I will have Beatles and I will have Wit. And most likely you will have the record in your first search result. It's best to select the most rare words you can find. When it comes to the band name, it's of course Beatles, and then when it comes to the titles, Wit is the rarer word. But that's not it. You can also search for, if you don't know the name of the record, you can search for the year, if you know that, and it will show up. If you don't know that, you can search for record company, or you can just enter a part of the label. Like I usually search for the record number, and as you can see, almost all search results are right record. If it doesn't have a good title or something like that, you can include not just one but several if I want to, and it will find records including Little Child. So that is actually a very good search function. If you know how to use the Discogs search function, you will actually find pretty much any album, unless it's called like the. You need something more unique than a very obscure band name, and there's actually a band called that, so you have to know something more about the band. Maybe that the record is called Soul Mining, or you can just enter Giant. That's probably not enough to make Discogs understand that it's this record, but then you can add another track, or maybe something more obscure, the mental health process. Not many songs are called that, and then we actually have the record. So you will have to decide which of the song titles is more unique. Like searching for something like Money is probably not good. Devil in the Heart sounds like a pretty unique title, so let's search for just that instead of the Beatles and Devil in the Heart, and here you go. Actually the record you're looking for by just the song title and the worst part of the Beatles name. So that's how you use the search on Discogs, and I have nothing to complain about. Once you understand how it works, you can actually find pretty much any record unless you're misspelling it.